And I don't like this concept, of like after westernization. Like whenever people are saying we are getting advanced, we are getting advanced, we are what do you say, progressing in the name of westernization. I don't like it. We are different, they are different. I'm not saying they are wrong. I'm not saying they are wrong, but we are
Their
different.
values are good for them. Our values are good for us.
Good for us. Yes, yes. They
But
might be feeling comfortable for that, but we
yeah.
we are we are just trying to adapt their culture for no reason. Even if we have good, nothing is wrong in our culture. What's wrong in that? We are keeping our parents with us.
Hmm. Okay, so
Life is
mm, one o- okay, one of the comment I would like to read. I think Saul has said something. I would like to listen your thought. What do you think? Like he has made some points. There are families where it is difficult. It is difficult for them to take care of their parents. Say uh, because of the odd office timings, heavy workload, or any other genuine reason. In such cases, it is better that the parents are transferred to the old age homes where they will be taken care of properly instead of being neglected in at house. Also at old age homes they might get good company, people they can talk and be occupied in some activities than old age home provides. So
Like,
what?
how do you know old age homes provide so many things? Have you ever been to old age homes?
Agni.
I
I'm the perfect
I think
the
if you
example.
love your parents, if
Uh,
you love your parents,
Akanksha,
you can
Akanksha,
take out that
Akanksha.
much time.
Just a second, just a second. The most neglected people, and people are not taking care in old age home. People don't give a shit about them. They are doing shit in their clothes, and nobody gives a shit about it. They will sit there for 2 hours, 3 hours, and nobody will come to clean them. They are the most neglected people in old age home. It
What
doesn't matter like how
quality old age
how
homes
how
are you
good that
talking
old age home is. People are not that conscious about them because they are not their own parents. They're just doing their job, and they are not at all, what do we say, emotional or connected to them, because it's their day-to-day life's job, that cleaning everyone, giving food to everyone. So they are neglected people, because I know, because I have talked to many people, and
So
they have
how
told
much
me
they pay? How much they pay for month?
more than 10,000.
And they are getting served like this.
Yeah, they are getting this kind of treatment. One person said that my one son is in US, another son is like at some good post, but I am here. They can keep me with them anyhow, but they are not doing it just because they got married.
Yeah, this is
What's
the
the point?
problem.
What's the point? You can spend that a 10,000 for 1 year, and you can create some amenities. No, if they are doing some shit, if they are doing shit in their pants, if they are any kind of amenity or facility that can make your life simple, or you can hire someone. There are many people who comes for 2 hours, or like twice in a day, 2 hours to keep watch on them. There are many things if you want to do it, and if you want to keep them, there are many
You
things
know,
to do.
they feel disgusting. That's why they don't want to see these stuffs happening in
And
front
one
of
more
them.
thing, guys, like when we say old age homes, so why this concept comes up only with rich people? Like if I talk about poor people, you would not see like no a person who is poor, they would ever send their parents to the old age homes, right? Like most of them, they are rich. Like I have seen, like either they are busy in their jobs or they are busy in their life, or maybe just like these days India is adopting a nuclear family concept, like a nuclear family concept. Maybe the boy and the girl, they just want to live alone, they want their space, privacy, so sometimes they just send their parents, like they think okay, like maybe parents know if they would be stay with us, so it's a responsibility. At the same time, like of course money factor, and then the time, like everything is there, right? So they think it's better to pay 10,000, 15,000, and send them old age home, right?
Mhm.
So that is also there.
Because they can't see the future that it's
Yeah,
going to
read
happen
Dhriti
to
comment.
them.
What? Have you ever stayed in hostel? No matter how good or expensive the hostel is, it is not anywhere near to your home. I guess same is with the old age homes. Okay,
What does it mean?
like she wants to say doesn't matter how costly it is, how much you
Yeah.
can say
How
facilities
many
are
people
available.
are there?
Yeah, there, like hostel is hostel, like home is home. Nothing can
Have you
replace
ever
home.
felt, Rohan, have you ever felt that you went somewhere else, but you're not able to sleep at that place? It doesn't matter how good their bed is. You'll
Of
feel
course.
comfortable when you're in your own house. It
Right,
doesn't
right.
matter whether you are alone or so. It's the same concept.
But if the people around you are toxic, what's going? They are going to snatch your
Yeah,
sleep.
like yeah, then
Now,
Restless and Agni, what is your comment on the
now you're
Akanksha's point?
now
Like, what
you're
if?
you're you're taking except you're taking the, what do we say, exceptional
Yeah,
case.
these for these exceptional case, if parents willingly wants to get separated from their parents,
They
for
can
them
do
there
that.
should be like separate homes or old age homes. For them only, I am with you on that case. But usually for average, like for a normal family, I don't think it's moral. For Indian culture especially, it's not good to send your parents to old age homes.
Of course, normal people are not sending their parents to
Ah, of course,
old
normal
age
people they would
home.
not send, right?
Yes,
Only
But
exactly. Abnormal people
Only
are doing it.
those
Yes.
people, only those people who feel their parents are burden to them, they are sending.
See, that's the
Otherwise,
problem.
I don't think so. If you are too much busy, you can't even do your pay. You can't do. You can't return the love of your parents.
yeah, like when people are born and then their parents pampered them, raised them, and when they are
How
adults, so
much? Yeah, how much they
They were
like
also
they are
working, no? They were also doing struggle.
like they are
exactly.
able to handle four kids, and we are not able to, like, four or five kids are not able to handle even two parents
yeah,
or
like
even
that is
one
one of
parent.
the point here, Akanksha.
And like my point is, like the way you said, no, unstoppable. It is not about the people who can't afford it. It is about the people who can afford it. So my point is, you can mix those facilities and amenities in your own house, so they can live peacefully, and you will also be in peace. Instead of giving money to old age home, do something in your own house. Do some changes for
Mm-hmm.
their well-being and your well-being as well.
Exactly.
I
Mm-hmm.
think our parents, I don't know, our parents, or where the lack is there. Why so much people are self-centered?
Anyway, I would like to know Rohan's opinion on this. He has been listening to us for a long time, but he didn't spoke a single word.
He is
Arey,
not
of course,
old age.
guys. Like, see, I also like no. My thought is pretty similar to you guys because, of course, like I'm very much emotional. Maybe I'm too much emotional than you guys. So, being as a emotional, I think I can go extra mile in order to take care of my parents, despite the hectic schedule of my life, despite other responsibilities. Right? If I can go to maybe Mumbai or somewhere else, so I can bring my parents as well there. Right? And there's a way to move on. It's not like life is not as tough as you can't take certain good decisions. What I want to say, like if your parents they are in tough situation, you can find a alternative way, right? That is what I think. And what you guys said, of course we can afford a servant. If I can pay 10 to 15,000 to a old age home, so I can afford a servant as well who can take care of him. At least if he would be stay at home, so like even though the every you can say the corner of the home, no, like he would feel like this is my home and he would feel safe and
Hmm.
secured. Even though he would watch whole day TV, but he would not feel like he's in agony. But the moment I would just drop him at old age home,
Yes,
so somewhere he would be shattered, like no, he would be totally shattered. He would think like
true, true, true.
यही दिन देखना रह गया था, right? So
Yes,
Exactly.
and
somewhere.
our parents always have this fear, like,
And that
हमारे
would
बुढ़ापे का सहारा, kind of.
Mhm.
yeah, and
but
that
but
would be biggest emotional damage rather than being alone.
but
And
Even
and I feel when they get old, they get more emotional.
yeah,
yes guys, as somebody has said that kids and old age people they are pretty same, like no, the way as a kid like parents they take care of you, in the same way the old people, like no, people take care of the old age people as well. They are pretty same.
Hmm.
Why? Because when you be old, your your mind, your body, everything that gets weakened, right? So if it is getting weakened, so somewhere you need a support like a child.
Yeah, that's true.
And you can see the Sandeep's comment that he's saying we should have option for old age people to decide what exactly they want to do. That is right. If people don't want to go there, like to stay in their own house, there should be some place where they can go. That is true. But what people are doing these days, they are not connected to their parents in such a way that they want to keep them. Just because some uh, what do we say conflict, they're sending them to old age home. That is what I'm against of. Just because like, now they raise you, you are on your own. Now you don't need them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I feel bad about it. That
So
how
no, so
people
so
can
one
do.
more question, one more question to all of you guys. Like, see, we are talking about those people who are in India, so I understand somehow they can take care of it. But what about the mobility of the current era? Like, people are moving from different countries. Like, for example, Raceless, you got an opportunity in United States and you went over there, and you know that like you cannot bring your parents there. Why? Because in US it's hard, no, even though you are on the, you can say, work visa, so how could you bring your parents? So in that case, how like, what do you think then at that case? Are you comfortable to send them at old age home?
No, still I will not do it because if they are moving, they can do the things on their own. I will let them. I will ask them to stay in our house only. If they are dying on the bed, definitely I will come back or I will let them, transfer from India to wherever I am. So if they are dying and you are not there, what? Okay, what's the use of your life? They're dying and you are not there.
Hmm. Okay. Understood, understood. And I would like to share, guys. I think last year. So I think it was one of the new channel I saw, and I think it was International Women's Day. And no, 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 sorry, it was Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day, and people they were celebrating Mother's Day. So one of the new channel they had a documentary actually, and they showed that documentary. In that documentary, they went to couple of, you can say, old age homes, and that was a paid old age home. So in that old age home, like most of the, you could say, women or men who were there, their kids they were outside, like they were outside India, or maybe they are at the very good prestige, they had very good and prestigious jobs and they were working. So the reporter he was just interviewing them, and he asked like, how do you feel, like and like your son he is earning so well, now you are getting all the facilities over here. Saranya, I think Saranya, did you unmute? Saranya, I'm sorry to say. Okay, yeah. So
Saranya.
mhm. So what has happened? Then he just put up this question. No, he just put up this question. So there were many women. Of course, they were really shattered, and some of them they said like, no, like we tried our best. Like we gave very good education. We like no, gave them everything what they needed in their childhood, and now it is their time to take care. Now they have dropped at the old age home. We want to see them, we want to like no, even though in a day if we would just have a look of them, I think the whole day would be suffice, right? I don't need my child every time.
Yeah.
But now they have dropped over here, and even like no like I have no routine. The only routine is that like this is the lunch time, this is the dinner time, this is this time, and rest of them like I just sit over here.
Okay, okay,
And
okay. I think I have also
and
seen the video.
she said like, see, my child son is very rich, like he sent so much money, and even he asked to the coordinator of this, and you can say old age home, like just make sure my mother is happy, everything is there, right? But she said like, what is the point if my loved one are not around? Doesn't matter who is out there to take care of me, but I would like to have that, right? So like different women they were sharing different stories and all. So like because it was a Mother's Day, so he just know, he thought like, I need to check like being as a mother, how do they feel? Because they have also produced baby, now their babies have on a very wonderful positions. So do they feel good or not? So most of them, like, they had tears in their eyes. Like, none of them, like, again, I'm not just to prove my topic, like I'm a host and I have brought this topic, so I want to prove it, because India is a country where people are emotional, and it is one of the hard and true facts, right? So most of them, they were tearing. Even though there was a lady, she said, like, I still remember when my husband, he was alive. So
Yeah.
he used to take care of me a lot. Like, he used, like, even though if I was dressing ever any day, like if I was wearing a sari or something, so he used to praise me a lot, even though I was 65 at that age, right? Even, like, he used to feel like maybe we are incomplete without, no, you can say, having a good day without each other. The day when my husband died, so like, of course, he was a businessman, so, like, she said, like, post that, like, there was no value, I just lost all my values in that house, and my son and my daughter-in-law, they said, like, okay, so it would be good to send him in at old age home, because we are rich, we can afford good amount of money, and she would get every facility over there, even though, like, no, all those facilities. So, like, that is what she said. And even though there was one lady, what she said, like, that was really strange, guys. You know, like, what has happened, Restless? What she shared, she said, like, actually, whenever my son and my daughter-in-law, they fight, so my son dropped me at old age home. And he says, like, just mom, just stay here for 2 to 3 months. When everything would be settled, then I'll bring you up. So, so that was one of the other experience which I saw in that documentary. So I think, like, of course, like, the country, it's all like, where do you live, right? So in country like India, people are emotional. I think, come on, guys, I think, if I talk about emotions, so I think, I don't know whether you have guys seen or not, even when if I go on the road, if I see any old guy who is crossing the road, and he seems to be very, you can say, attentive, like he's looking everywhere, and the cars are moving so fast. So sometime I just help them to cross the road. So, like, we are
Yeah.
that much emotional that we help others, like, who are none to us.
Hmm. Exactly.
And yet, I will suggest you guys, if you ever get a chance to go to old age home, just talk to them. You will understand everything. How rich they are, like what they can afford, and why these people are here, and how much happy they are. You will
Yeah.
understand everything. You will understand every single thing.
Hmm.
Maybe there
And
would
if
be
you
some of the.
and if you yeah, yeah, go on. If you think that, like, maybe I got the bad experience in this old age home, just go to another old age home. You will get the same kind of vibes and what do we say, feedback from every single uh, that old age home.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter. You just go to 10,000 or 50,000 per month. The experience is same. Yes, you are saying something, that
Yeah, like.
If they have a lot of money, how they agree to go there?
अभी बच्चा बाहर निकाल ही रहा है, गालियां देके, so look, why will he stay there? No, he will say, okay, let me live there then. Like, if you are, if I'm burden to you, what's the point? Because they always think about us. People, parents always think about our well-being, what we want. Even if they don't like it, they will go there just for our sake, because we will feel good after that.
Yeah, you're right. And I don't know how many old age homes are there in India and how many people have been living there. So I have to watch some of their interviews to get what actually are there. Because as far as I know, old age homes are
Actually,
not
Ron,
necessarily heaven.
of course they
Yeah.
are not. Actually, Ron, I also
I
watched that video that you are referring to, and I could feel the pain. If I can feel their pain, then how much pain they would be in, that
I
we
also
can
felt
also
the
feel
pain.
their
I
pain.
also felt pain, Akanksha, because when I saw that video, I just thought, like, then what is the importance of that education? Like, their parents, they just, send them very wonderful schools. They gave all the tuitions, coaching fees, and then after graduation, then they just send them, like, no, lakhs of rupees to do the masters, and after doing all that, like, then they are at the old age home. I don't
Is
know,
it
like.
due to lack in parenting style? Because I think I have also got a good education. But I am very connected to my parents. So what makes them different?
What makes the different?
It's all
Yeah,
about
that
the
is.
psyche of people. Different people have different psyche, different mentality, different mindset. So even a
Yeah,
guy from
that's
a very
what.
good family background could be terrorist. So you can't say which people are going to go in which direction.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
hi Falguni.
hi Falguni.
Hi, Rohan.
Yeah, Falguni, I can see like you're in comment section. You are rocking.
Yeah,
With Rocky
thank
man.
you.
You are rocking with Rocky Bhai. Okay, so Rosie ma'am is here. Hi, Rosie ma'am.
Hello, hello everyone.
Rosie ma'am, could you please come close to mic?
Yeah, now it's okay.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Okay, great.
So Rosie ma'am, like although we have discussed, but I would like to listen you because I think we are pretty young as compared to you. So I would like to listen your thought. What do you think
Okay, exactly what about?
about old age homes for like country like India? Old age home is
Okay.
good or not?
So, so actually, you know, many time I mention my age,
Ma'am,
but
come close to mic, please. Sorry to say, but come close to mic.
okay, just give me 1 second.
And ma'am, like I'll give you 5 minutes, like no, of course, matlab,
Hmm.
3 to 5 minutes.
Now it's okay, dear.
Yeah, it's okay.
So actually, I am 47 years old and mother of three young children. Although I little bit fear about the old age duration, for me it's like a dying process. It's more painful than any death. But I really support to old age home. The question is why. It's two perspective. First is
अरे hope
if
on this
you are feel
coffee.
hope. Hello.
Yeah, Rosie ma'am.
Yeah. So the two reason, two dimension. First, if you feel alone with your all family, it's a more painful. Second is that new generation have different kind of mindset. So at the time of suppose I am working woman in age of 27, 28, and I sent my kid in like some day boarding or after just after 6 months. Nowadays 6 month day boarding is started, and the one person caretaker in my home for after that and this. I don't have any time for giving to my kids. So that kind of kids, when they grow up, how you feel कि they become a caretaker of you. The question is that perspective. Otherwise, in like close knit family where is mother is not working only, or they are with joint family, or one hierarchy is also the leader, parents and this and that, it's okay. But in nuclear family, or when whenever your mindset is so liberal or so exposed, so that time it's not possible. Okay, what you give your children, the revert of that thing is in very good manner, no. So if I send my children in day boarding, in crash, in with the help of maid servant, I never expected that children after grow or my old age, they caretaker of me. No. And second is, of course, it's a more painful. In home, I feel I am out of place and they are waiting for me. This is the reality of life. Otherwise, for reference book or for speaking good thing, many think, yes, I am very obedient obedient child. I caretaker of my mom. No, it's not. And of course, as mentioned by maybe restless, it's like it's mostly depend individual, not in like objective, it's a very subjective. Sometimes some children are very careful about mother and father and parents, and very, just like moral and ethics. But sometimes it's not happen. Although upbringing is same in same sibling, there's a different kind of mindset. So, but I really support to old age home.
Okay. So you want to point out 2 points exactly what I understood. Very first point you want to say, if parents they have dropped them at you can say maybe the day board school or maybe in the uh, yeah, yeah,
Babysitter,
yeah, babysitter
this,
crèche.
that, yeah.
So just because they as a child he didn't get the full attention of their parents, so how could parents expect that they should
Uh,
also expect from the child?
Exactly, superficially this thing, but beyond that thing is that this is a culture. If you are able, or you are, just like helpless for doing or earning money because of some other circumstances, so
But
your
ma'am, but
children,
just one thing, like see, you cannot leave your child, only on the you can say on you cannot leave your child with your servant, but you can leave your parents, no, if you can afford a servant, because
yeah,
a
exactly. Huh?
baby.
If you afford
The,
servant, it's a
see,
very
but
good. And
ma'am, if
mm,
you can afford a old age home, can't you afford a servant? Like these days, old age home, if they are giving you 3 time meal, like your breakfast, lunch, dinner, they are taking care of your medicines, they are taking care of some, they are engaging you in some other activity.
mhm.
There are some taker cares, they are getting their salary. So do you think like they would not charge some handsome money? So in that money, can't you afford a servant? Because
No,
see, why
both
people.
are affordable. Both are affordable. If you go to, because nowadays old age home is also very, very expensive. It's not very easy. Yes, exactly. It's not easy. But sometimes parents also want to go to old age home. Just suppose me, if someone ask me, कि I give one caretaker of my son told me, कि I give one caretaker of in my house. You are just like feel, because no
No,
one
no.
have time.
What do you mean by caretaker, ma'am? Like you want to say, like maybe your kids they would stay in different house and you would be in a different house with the caretaker?
No, it's not about different house. It means like in your house, but they give you, just like responsibility, but not accountability. My son purchased some medicine for me, but it's not about कि I take that medicine or not. It's not think about that. Means like if he or she is accountable for my all thing, it's very happy to stay with my children. But if they are only carry his or her responsibility, I never want to stay with there. It's my perspective.
Okay, ma'am.
Because yeah.
Okay, ma'am. So one question, like Raceless want to read me out, and the question is that, what if your kids are capable of keeping you in house, still they want to send you in old age home, and you don't want to will, like it's not your will. Why it is not your will? Because that is your house. Your husband has
Yeah.
built up. You have so many memories with that house. You
Mm-hmm.
have spent your years and years in that house, right?
Yes, yes, correct, correct.
But
Hmm.
now your children, they are capable, they are earning well, and now it's their wish to send you old age home.
Mm-hmm.
So what if it is not your wish then?
I mean, I would
Mm.
like to say about this thing. Such kids who
Yeah,
wants to,
no. So one suppose.
Rosie
Okay.
ma'am, like if any kids wants to force their like parents
Mm.
to get away
Mm.
from them, such kids
Mm.
should be punished and ostracized from the property. Kids should be sent elsewhere rather than sending the parents, because all the property, all the things are made by developed by parents, not by kids.
Mm-hmm.
So if kids
Mm-hmm.
wants to expel their parents from their own
Mm-hmm.
homes, in this case parents should have rights to expel their kids to like go elsewhere rather than parents should
Mm-hmm.
suffer.
Mm. Yeah. just like restless, whenever we talk about that kind of debate or that kind of topic, so it's like many dimension. It's like with husband and wife. Sometime a husband killed to wife because of some extramarital affair. Although the divorce option is always available, but they're doing. Sometime, just like wife killed to husband and child because of extramarital affair. So this is like psychopath type of people. It's not about all people. It's generalized. It's a some exceptional or some just like dark side is always available. But in general, we will talk to we not think about that this and that kind individually. It's like subjectively. And second, if you ask me, if I built my house, so I just kick off first, because no one started a brutal thing in one day. It's not. It's a gradually. So if I am correct mother and I observe my kids are not well with me or not behaving with me, so I kicked off before she or he kicked me. I kicked off because the mother.
Like
Yeah.
Rosie, ma'am, it's easy to say, like no, like it is. There's a statement that blood is thicker than water, right? So
Hmm.
blood is always your blood. Doesn't matter. Like you have seen, like no, people say like doesn't matter how many mistakes a son makes, like, but for a mother, he would be always his son, right? Do you
No,
think
this is
so?
this kind of myth, or this kind of okay, wife always
Ma'am,
sacrifice,
I have not
parents
seen,
always
ma'am, I have
sacrifice.
not seen, I like except Mother India movie, I have not seen any mother like no. Yes, they scold, they punish, they beat, but if they know that like maybe my action is going to take his life, so they would never do so, or they would never separate
No, no,
him
no.
from
But
that.
whenever it's not Mother India, but if I am talking about me, if my son, I feel okay, my son killed to someone, suppose. So yeah, of course, I am always with him. But the suffering or the punishment only face that person, not me. But I am support. But if I feel my son kill me, I am not supporting her
Of
because,
course, like see,
yeah,
if he is going to
the
kill you,
thing
see,
is that. So how? Because child are not diverted her or his path or in like a wrong path one day. It's of course, if you're not careful about that, it's happened. You always careful that. But yeah, some exceptional is also there. Otherwise, like mentioned by any other one, sometime very just like patriotic family, some terrorists is also have a means like have a mind of that kind of thing. It's always so exceptional. But I think the gradually each and everything grow gradually. If you ignore in just like starting, they build up and concrete. And second thing also, mostly it's happened. I give one example, real example. In like 10 years 20 years ago, of course my son is only 2.5 years old, and he pushed my back, and just I was eating like French fries, okay, and just he kissed me my both check. So my husband told that time, oh, you are very love to mama. बड़े होगे तो घर से निकाल दोगे. Correct. Inverted comma, that sentence. Can you believe what kind of answer my son gave? He was only 2.5 years. He gave me, Papa, can you do same thing with your mama, my dadi? How you believe कि I do or how you think? So this is the answer of all question. कि if your kids saw what is your treatment with your parents, this is also learning of that. It's a very truth or very bitter truth. When we are in our own stage, we forget about all things. When we are very young, we just try to flirting and relationship. But when our child on that age, we just, oh no, you not do this, that time moral, that time ethics, all are. I always feel it's my personal, not personal, it's my experience give me that wisdom. Mostly parents are culprit for wrong path of children. It's
Okay, so
my
you
perspective.
think like, ma'am, the parenting, like the parenting style is wrong, right? So
Yeah, wrong, because nowadays now youth, they are before becoming mother and father, before enhancing family, they go through how parenting. But earlier in my decade, no one know about that. What is the meaning of parenting? Just as like one camp, mostly people half dozen children or 3 children is a mostly like just अपने आप ही बड़े हो गए, just like that. They don't know how to parenting our children. So what do you think? Always children have responsibility as a parent. It's a very conflict, or it's a very contrast. I am mother, but I always support to young generation. I always support to kids. I always
mhm.
support to adolescence
And
age.
ma'am, isn't it like, even though somewhere you support to the next generation, they are a bit advanced than you are a bit backward than you, but being
Which
as advanced than you, and they are sending you in the old age home. Wow, like isn't it such a great thought? Like they are advanced, they got better education than you, they got each and every, you could say, amenities which you can provide them, but still they are sending you, and you are appreciating
no.
that.
You just like you are very biased about only you just catch old age home. What is the behind story? You just try to go, no, no.
Arey ma'am, like see, I saw a documentary. I saw a documentary
Yeah,
on one of the
exactly.
new channel. When I
Yes.
saw that, like I would
Hmm.
say, like maybe I'm emotional, maybe I'm so much connected, maybe. But when I saw that documentary, I felt really bad, like because most of the people in the old age home, they were from the rich background. Their children's like they have got the highly education, but they all are so busy. Can you just think about it? Like they are at the prestigious position, like maybe somebody's senior manager, somebody's at this, or somebody's that. Like you are taking care of many people under your
Yeah.
team, but you cannot take care of your
Mhm.
parents,
Your
right?
parents, yes. Your question or your pain is very, very, noble. But
Like you
I
see
ask one question.
in a society,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
show yourself as a elite person, right? No,
Yeah,
I'm
elite
so
person.
intellectual, I'm a leader. But somewhere, like no, like I would say, like ma'am, when a farmer, when he when he you can say plow something in
I
his
know.
field, so
Yes, and after cropping, yeah,
he always
yeah.
expect to have
But
a good harvesting, right? In the same way,
yes.
when parents they
So,
invest in their child, they always expect to have a good child.
so yes, exactly. Being a good person, it's a very, very big achievement for any parents. But my question is only one. Suppose you have 1 lakh, and I have only 10 rupees, correct? And you give some person as a donation 25,000, okay? But I give some person 7 rupees. So who gave more? The question is that. So in superficially, every person told Rohan gave more because 25,000. No one see what is your ability. It's only 25% of your income. But I give 7 rupees means 70% of my income. It means I gave more. The question is that why I give that example. You just think about beyond the just like reality. Some reality also there. Some
Ma'am,
unknown
but
thing is
see,
also there.
ma'am,
I
like the
sent you
donation, see,
just
ma'am,
one second.
donation.
No. Why I give you that kind of one? It's not about donation. It's a metaphor. But I give reality. I send you lots of video where the parents torture to children many times. who make that documentary, because nowadays where is the emotion? Because old person, ill person, mentally disturbed person, some other person, always sympathy, or some, like, passed away person is a late person. So they have our pre-perception mind, and I learned from our ancestor and grandparents, okay, we respect that, we kind that, that's why. Otherwise, lots of people, because of her or his daughter earning, they are not want to marry their daughter. Lots of, why? Honor killing. What about honor killing? How much father and mother, just like murder to her or his son or daughter? Why? That time, why it's a, where is, like, where is your emotion, or where is your kind?
But
It's all
ma'am,
over,
like see,
something happened.
ma'am,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about exceptions. Exceptions are always there, right? So
It's
I'm
not
not talking
exceptional.
about. So
I
see,
send you
you
one
know,
documentary. There is lots of people, and they do, just like, not because of earning money. Sometime is not exceptional. Can you see data how much girls
yeah,
become mother
yeah.
of her father child? Can you believe, Rohan? You are just go to superficially. You just try to
No, like
know.
ma'am,
Yeah.
what I understood, you want to say, like your example is that if a parent have a girl child and the girl child is earning well, so they're not getting her married just because she's the main source of the income.
Yes,
The
and
more,
sometime, and yeah.
listen, let
Hmm.
me complete.
Hmm.
And the moment she would be married, then they would lose the source of the income, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Ma'am, just think about it. Can you think about it? If a girl, she's the main source of income and she's earning well, even though she would be married, would she lack would she lack to take the decision? Would she not be post the marriage to make the decision towards towards her parents? Do you think so? Would she be puppet towards her in-laws? Because do you think so? If a girl, she's making money, she's earning, she's well educated, does it
No,
matter
many,
whether she would stay with her parents or in her law's home?
this is your, this is your myth. Mostly highly educated women, just like abuse her husband or in-laws. Where are
No,
you,
ma'am. Like, see,
Ron?
let
You
me tell you,
just
ma'am.
go.
No, no, ma'am. Let me take one of the example. One of my friend recently, she bought a flat for her parents. No, she bought a flat for her parents. You know why she bought? Because she said that I come from Bihar. I got married to a guy. Like, no, it was a love marriage. I got to marry a guy like who lives in a Delhi. My in-laws, they were in a government job. They are rich. They have some, you could say, no, some assets as a legacy as well. She said, if I have to meet my mother and father, I have to go to Bihar. It's better to let's have a, I would buy a flat for them in Gurgaon so that whenever they want, they would be here. Even though at their last time, maybe I would prefer them to have here. Why? So that I can connect them frequently. Because being as a working woman, I cannot travel Bihar frequently, but I can travel maybe every weekend on the Gurgaon. So, ma'am, see, society changing. Like earlier, people used to say, "Let's have a baby boy." Why? Because after, no, like in old days, boys they would take care of it. But nowadays, people are saying, "Let's have a baby girl," because girls are more caring than the boys. Even though they would be married, but still they would take care of
Rohan,
their parents.
exactly. You are absolutely right. I also are, just like a strong follower or believer of feminism. I also, but the reality is that we not go remotely. Where is something happen? We
And
just
ma'am,
talk about. Huh.
one more thing, ma'am. Like if you'd go to the old age home, you would see that like most of the people, like no, there are boys who have dropped them. If they had daughters, so daughter they have accepted them even though along with their in-laws. They have
Yeah,
said that
you are absolutely right on this platform. I also, but here the discussion is not boys and girls.
no,
Here is the discussion
but
of I
see
support
the
or
point.
not. So
No, the point
yeah,
which you
mm,
mentioned, the point which you mentioned, I'm just countering that point because
yeah.
that is like as you said, like no, some of them they are like
No,
this.
no, Rohan, really, you just go to some like
No, ma'am. See,
UNICEF,
if
UNICEF.
ma'am, listen,
You
listen,
just
listen,
listen.
ma'am. If you would
UNICEF
put some
data.
other argument, ma'am, if you would put some other argument, maybe I would not like no counter you. But this argument, I don't know. I found it debatable because I think I can
Not
counter you.
debatable, but my जो bottom line is that कि I support old age home. Why? Because of two things. First is कि if I feel alone with all family member, it's a better than I went to go to old age home where my age and my mind type of people there is the only one. Means what kind of pain there is some person just like stay her or his parents is a very lonely, is a very no one have a time for sitting there. So that is the beyond the my sentence, the meaning or the pain is that I consider that, but you not understand here. So how you understand in like large scale? Second thing, if you give kid in like with help of just like babysitter or crash or day boarding and then boarding
Rohan.
hostel. So how to think about
Okay,
that
okay, okay,
that
okay.
kind of people? And one thing I give you suggestion. So you just go to UNICEF report, or I will be send you link. There is how many daughter exploited by own father. Correct?
Ma'am, I understand,
Yeah,
ma'am. Like,
it's
see,
a data.
ma'am,
It's not about only in like just our
okay,
country.
okay,
It's a
okay, ma'am.
globally.
Okay, ma'am. I would like to welcome Mangal because Mangal, no, he's here from a long time, and I would like to listen. Mangal, hi, Mangal. How are you?
Rohan, can you just give me 15, like, okay, just 1 minute, okay?
Take your time. Take your time.
I'm sending an email. Yeah.
Take your time. Take your time. No worries. Hi, Restless.
Yes,
Hmm.
I lost
Hi,
my
Restless.
AirPod. I lost my AirPod charger that block, and I'm searching on the road.
4123.
Just,
You're
So
just,
searching on the
just to
road.
tell you,
I feel because of my opinion, you all guys are little bit disturbed or
No, no,
maybe
ma'am, no, ma'am, no. See, ma'am. But listen, ma'am. If you have put no some like again, maybe, ma'am. Like I'm no one to you can say. See, I won't say I'm no one, but somewhere I have a slight different opinion than yours. Why? Because your argument I did not find like very genuine. If you would have said that if there's a live threat of those people, then I would say okay. If there's a live threat, I understand, like okay, so in case of live threat, of course every life is important, and we can in that
Hmm.
situation we can go to extra
I'm
mile.
back.
Okay, Mangal is back, so ma'am, I would like to listen Mangal as well. Can
Hi,
you
Raceless.
hi Mangal.
Hi,
hi,
everybody. Hi,
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 Kurosi,
Mangal
Sladka,
Mangal
Dacoit.
is
Agni,
Zulu.
Unstoppable.
Hi,
Yeah, Mangal is
Zulu.
Mangal
Oh
Dacoit.
my
He's a Mangal
God.
Dacoit.
So, oh.
He's from Chambal and he's Mangal
So
Dacoit.
you know, Rohan, one day you should give a topic related to why we change username frequently.
Okay, ma'am.
Really,
It
it's
was,
very good.
Tomorrow, ma'am, we will discuss why we change our names frequently.
Yeah.
because
But
we shouldn't stick to
tomorrow
one thing. We should keep bringing
tomorrow I will
variations,
be
right?
not available.
Ma'am, like
No, we shouldn't stick
yesterday,
to one thing.
ma'am, yesterday
Mm.
somebody said about it, like some, like, we were talking about like
Raceless?
Mangal and all. Okay, so ma'am, I think let's listen them as well. Otherwise, they would say
Okay.
like, yeah, Mangal, over to you, Mangal.
Hi,
hey,
Rohan.
Mangal, I already said I love you, but you're not listening.
I
So
love you too. I love you too.
Princess, did you find it?
These people are not letting us speak.
but you
Yeah.
should understand my pain. My AirPod charger is not, I can't find it.
But can you believe one live stream, some person openly confessed that I like Zulu, some other type. And I write कि what type, but no one,
What I like,
this
I love,
person is not given, sir.
not like, I love.
Love,
Okay.
okay.
Alright, guys, thank you so much for showering your love on me.
Do you want puppy Zulu?
Okay, I'm
But
blessed.
what is the meaning of other type?
What is that other type? You come up
I
with
don't
that
know.
other type. Nobody said other type.
Oh, where did you
Please give
hear?
me my
Where did you
AirPods,
hear, Rosie,
or
ma'am?
you can just come up with the country and you can gift me that AirPod. Just because of this topic, I have lost it.
Yeah, we are all ears, Mangal.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yes, so
Mangal,
you're
I
talking
would like to
about
listen.
old
I would,
age.
yeah. What
Mhm.
do you think? Like, is it okay to like we should promote it or we should like? What do you think about it? Country like India, like old age home. I would like to listen. I'll give you 3 to 5 minutes. What do you think about it?
Okay, you guys were talking something. Rosie was. I want to first counter that point. I don't. What she was saying? She was saying something, man. So something clicked to my mind, and I think I forgot it now.
You
Yep.
want to
Mm-hmm.
contradict it and you don't know it. Nice.
Yeah. It was in the tip of my mind, but I was sending an email, so yeah, it happened. Okay, fine, cool then.
That's
Yes,
okay,
yes.
but
So
like,
what's the question?
what's your stand on old age home in India? People who are capable to keep their parents in their house, but still they are not doing it. They are sending them to the old age home. What's your stand on that?
Mm, I would say that it's an individual choice, right? If someone wants to live nuclear family, they do not want to keep their parents. I mean, like sometimes what happens when you age, you develop serious medical conditions, right? And when you know that you're a working professional, you have to take care of your kids, your own wife, your tantrums of your own wife, and you have to take care of your professional work as well. So it becomes very hard when work is involved, and especially with a patient like people who suffers, with diseases like dementia and all. They keep forgetting things over and over again. You have to remind them timely period. So it becomes very hard for you to keep an eye on them, keep a check on them 24/7. So it's fine for people who are very like, they can't keep an eye on them. So if they think that they can, simply invest money on certain private institution like nursing homes where they think that their parents can be treated well, they will not be treated inhumanly, they will be treated well over there. So they can go for treatment. It depends. It's an individual choice. And guys, you know that, right? It's just for we people, we think that our parents are suffering, but as you know that, it is also defined in Hindu system as well. Like the first few age of Hindu Varna system says that, that you should live in a bachelor phase. I don't know what do we call in Hindi, brahmacharya. I don't know. Yep, something like that. Then you
No,
should
but
go
that
for a phase of no. Okay, just let me complete. Then you
No,
can go
you
on.
are linking two different
Okay,
things in two
unstoppable,
different
unstoppable.
directions.
I'm telling you. I'm coming to the point. Don't you worry about that. Then you should go for a phase of marriage, right? You're also done with that. Then there's a phase called, detachment and all. That's the phase I'm talking about. Nowadays, we named it as ashrama, right? These, what do we call it? That old age homes and whatever. So
Hmm.
that phase in older times, we used to call it something like, Vanasprastha ashram. That's
Hmm.
that's the phase of detachment. You
Hmm.
have to stay away from your family. So now we are calling it as old age home, but it's like it's a whole new experience, man. And like you can bring the a new version out of yourself. You have lived your life, and now this is the time of detachment. You can experience a new life.
That you can't bring being at home. That you will bring only when you would go to old age home.
Yeah, you can say that. See, unstoppable. See what happens. See. The second meaning of it was way too forest. Why do we say that? Why do we call it a detachment phase? You shouldn't
Hmm.
be attached to anyone. That's
Hmm.
it, that's the reason why people call it as detachment phase, right? That
No,
you
no, no, no.
want the
Let me
detachment.
no. Let me tell you. Like when why people say to detachment, it means like in your last like see, now it has defined in a see it has defined in 2025 like 25 years, then 50 years, 75 years, then post that. It
Mm-hmm.
is said that when you are at the last stage of your life, like last few years.
Hey, last age is sannyasa, man. Last is sannyasa.
it,
That's completely different. I'm not
it
talking about that.
doesn't matter. It doesn't
I'm
matter.
talking ab-
You
I'm
can't.
talking
You
about the
can't.
No,
phase.
listen, listen. What it means, like, see, like people want
Run,
that
run,
if
run, 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 run. Yes, thank
Dun,
you.
dun, dun,
Okay.
dun, dun.
So what I'm saying, you can't link detachment with old age home.
right, that is
Detachment
what
is
I'm saying.
you can't link.
Raceless. It was the same. It was the same previously, man. It just we people have changed the name. And let me tell you one thing, guys. You know what happens?
Previously it was on
Okay,
their own
okay,
wheels,
Rohan,
no? It was on
Okay,
their
raceless.
own wheels.
restless darling.
Kings and
Acha,
people.
listen. Okay, listen. Don't you think that you have reached to a certain point in your life where you have, the strong desire of attaining something all gets over, right? Now
It
you
is
have reached to a
on your
certain phase.
own will.
Do you really need someone to keep an eye on you 24/7 with the
But yeah, sorry, Googly Mangal, what is your
Mhm,
name?
mhm.
It's restless is very correct here. It's not about sannyas or
Arey,
Islam.
okay,
That
what about
time
individuality? Rosie,
they
what
want
about
to own
individuality?
will.
I'm not
They
saying that.
want to
I'm
own
saying
will.
it's an individual choice. You cannot force anyone.
No,
It's
no.
an
Yes,
individual choice. If
exactly.
you think
It's an
that you can't,
individual choice.
if
But
you think
here
that you
is a
can't
very
take care of your
different
parents,
question.
if you
I
Here
think
think
is
that you
very
you
can't,
different
understand the
question.
see,
question,
if
sir.
you think that you
He is
can't take care of
confused
your
about
parents,
the
it's okay with that. We should promote the
I
old age home,
request
I
all
would
of you
say.
to speak one by
Yeah,
one.
it's okay. If but you not attach with like
listen, listen.
four
So,
stage of human
no,
beings.
Rosie,
Rosie. Ultimately, the message which I want to deliver is the same. We should promote the
See,
old age
see,
home.
see, see.
I'm telling you
Your
the main reason.
listen. Your message
just
could
let
be
me
okay,
own
but your
home and
your example was incorrect. Na? The
Oh,
example
come
which
on,
you quoted, that
unstoppable.
was
How can it be incorrect?
inappropriate,
Oh
incorrect.
my,
Mangal.
That
Okay,
was
oh my
unstoppable,
God,
Rosie,
Agni
unstoppable,
understood
unstoppable,
my
unstoppable,
name.
unstoppable,
give one
unstoppable.
Oh,
Okay. What did I say? I mentioned that, it's, see, listen